Well, for the fourth time this season, Lahore fans sold out Gaddafi Stadium and their hometown heroes didn't disappoint. A huge congratulations to Lahore Qalandars beating the Multan Sultans by 21 runs, leaving them undefeated at home. And most importantly, they're now sitting pretty at the top of the HBL PSL points table. Yes, they've qualified for the playoffs with this emphatic win over the Multan Sultans today. They won the toss and opted to bat first at Qalandars, piling on 180, largely due to that healthy middle-order partnership of Abdullah Shafiq and Sam Billings. The Sultans bowlers were a little loose for their execution tonight, giving away over 2 overs worth of extras. 7 bowlers used once to give a Pollard the pick at 2 for 16. And in reply, well, the Sultans never really seemed to get going with that opening partnership of Shah Masood and Mohammad Rizwan. Once that was broken, it was all downhill from there, really, and Rashid Khan was at his destructive best, 3 for 15. Massive win for Lahore Qalandars, which of course makes sure that they qualify for the playoffs, which is very exciting news for a man who's joined us in the studio, David Visa, alongside Mark Butcher and I. How good is it to know so early ahead of time that you've now secured a place in the finals?
It's fantastic to have a little bit of breathing space now. Obviously, first job is to make the playoffs, but then it's also, to qualify top 2 is also just as important, because then you almost get a second bite at it if things do go bad in the one game. So, we've been playing good cricket at the moment, but we know the job's not done yet.
Yeah, plenty to play for, obviously. In terms of how the rest of the season will play out then, kind of saw a few different, changes in the bowling unit. You bowled Talat at the end as well, just to give him a little bit of a chance with the ball. Do you think that's something that you guys will look to sort of play around with, or is it full steam ahead, not changing the team now that you've settled on that playing 11 and trying to build momentum towards the final?
Yeah, I think it's a fine balance, because you want to give guys opportunity once you've done all the hard work to qualify. You never know what happens in those playoff games. Somebody might go down, and then you need someone there that can step up. But also, that word momentum that you use there, you don't want to lose that. And it's so vital going into the final stages of a competition to keep that momentum. So it's definitely a balancing act that you need to get right.
You guys have not changed the team in 4 games. Yeah, I mean, that's wonderful, isn't it, when you can go out as a settled side in T20 cricket. Also been quite important that you've set totals, you put totals on the board and then allowed your strong bowling attack to defend it. Does that give the batters extra confidence, the fact that you know that you can probably get away with par or just less than par, and the bowlers will be there to bail you out if it goes wrong?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've kind of gone against the grain this year. If you think back in the years of the PSL, it's always been a case of win the toss, bowl first and chase it down and with the dew. But we know that our strength is probably our bowling attack this year, and we've got guys who can really execute their skills well. So we've decided to opt with that and back our bowlers, and just let the batters go there, play with that freedom, and get a score on the board for us, and then the bowlers can come through and execute that. And the batters have been doing a beautiful job for us so far.
Brilliant fielding unit as well. I mean, it's been an area of the competition actually we've sort of highlighted at times as not being perhaps the sharpest, but you guys look to be a pretty good team out there in the field.
Yeah, we've got 1 or 2 tricks in the change room, a little bit of fun and games that we challenge each other in the fielding. We've got little rewards that best fielder of the day gets a little gift and everything, which just adds to a little bit of team spirit, and the guys are really taking that on board, and it's become a bit of a competition now to see who is the best fielder of the day, and I think that's a fantastic attitude to have out there in the field.
Who won today?
We haven't said anything yet. It's usually after the game we'll go and we'll get together and we'll acknowledge all the achievements of the day, and then the fielding coach and the management will say who they feel was the best fielder or had the biggest impact in the game.
I think Harris Ralph might put his hand up for that, wouldn't he? And tell everyone else about it by the looks of it.
He puts his hand up every single time. There's a couple of guys who think they deserve it every single time out there. But like you said, I think anybody could get it tonight. With fantastic fielding effort out there and the energy out there. After the first couple of games, we were late and we got punished for that. So the guys really put effort into hustle about, and the energy has been amazing.
In terms of why you've been so successful, I spoke to Aqib Javed after one of the games, and Sikandar Raza said what he loves about Qalandars is that it becomes so clear what my role is within the team, and I feel like I'm supported and I'm given the opportunity in order to click and to find my groove. Is that sort of what it feels like to be a Qalandar? It seems like, as Butcher was saying, we've seen the same team for 4 games in a row now. Does it feel like they truly back you and believe in your ability, and how much confidence that gives you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've been there for 5 years now, and every single time I come back here, I feel like they've just got 100% backing me all the way, regardless of how it goes. And that's credit to the management. They've created this culture in the team where everybody's just comfortable with what they have to do, and they realize that if they just do their job well, it's going to end up well for us. And not a lot of big superstars, but everybody goes and does their job, and everybody knows what they need to do, and they're just genuinely happy if somebody has a good night out.
What about your role then? I mean, Morshed. I think I've got to be careful when I say that word, but you're sort of the Yoda of the group now. The old hand, the wise, all-seeing eye. You have a really important role to play with the ball yourself, as being sort of like one of the guys who pins things down in the middle order. But what is the magic of being a Qalandar? Your record here at home, you're playing great cricket together as a unit. You're led by a young captain. What's the sort of secret to it all?
Yeah, I think you first of all can't look too far for the support that we get here at home. That just lifts us a little extra 10% when the crowd's behind you like that. We've had 4 sold-out games now, which is amazing. So the atmosphere here is first of all unbelievable, and then. It's just Shaheen as a captain, he gives guys freedom to express themselves. He never tells you to go into your shell or anything. He says just to back your skills the whole time, and he's got such a good instinct in the game also. So 9 out of 10 times he makes the right call out there, and the guys just back him as a captain, and he backs his players 100%. Even we saw the last game, we were in a bit of trouble, and he stepped out there, number 6, and just took the bit between his teeth. And that's the type of person that he is, and the guys ready to respond to a captain like that. So he's been phenomenal since he's taken over.
And could he captain Pakistan one day, do you think?
Yeah, I think 100%. He's shown over the last 2 years that his leadership skills is unbelievable. He keeps his players calm. He, tactically he's very good, and he's just got a nice, calm, level head on him. I can definitely see him captaining Pakistan over the next couple of years.
He certainly is an exciting prospect for Pakistan cricket, and obviously for Lahore Qalandars as well. And to think of the turnaround that we've seen in the team. And for so many years, it was kind of like, oh, Lahore, like they're always towards the bottom. And here you are, you've won the title, and you've come out absolutely swinging from game 1, really. You've won 6 out of 7 games. It's just a complete turn of the tide. What do you put that down to, considering you've been around for 5 years to have seen the progression?
I think it's just, the faith that the management has put into us. Because if I have to think back to a couple of years ago when we were finishing bottom of the table, we kind of still had the same core team around there. It was just young guys that were still learning, guys coming through the PDP. Halish Ralph was only, fresh into proper cricket, coming from tape ball, and Shaheen was still young back then. And they've always just had the faith in the players that they've chosen, and they've kind of stuck with that. And, like you said, we've had continuity over the last couple of years where we've had the core of our 8 players that they've retained the whole time, and then it helps when you have someone like Rashid Khan coming in also and can turn the game on its head like that. But I just think the faith that the management has shown over the past years, through the good and bad, that's just built the culture that we have in the Qalandars at this stage.
And 4 days off for you guys now as well. What is rest and rehabilitation and travelling to Pindi as well? Are you laughing?
Well, the R&R didn't do Multan Sultans any good, did it, tonight? They had 6 days off.
4 days versus 6. 6 is obviously,
fair enough.
4 is the sweet spot.
4 is good.
But, you were saying, we've had a lot of cricket. I'm sure you know what's best for your body and how you'll be recouping. But, yeah, what do 4 days off look like for you?
Yeah, it'll definitely be nice to have a day off, even though that day off will be a travel day, flying up to Pindi, and then we'll probably have a training session up there, and then it's a day game again. So, not too much time off, but it is enough just to rest that body, but not to lose the momentum of it. So, 1 or 2 days to chill, sit by the pool, just get your feet up, and then back to business again.
Oh, so exciting. It's 10 games before we get to the finals. It can feel like a long tournament in some ways, but for you guys, you've really made Gaddafi Stadium your fortress, and that's so important. We've seen what's happened with Karachi Kings. They started off at the very beginning at home, and unfortunately they couldn't capitalise on that home ground advantage. The Sultans have been great. We've seen them start to slip now that they've left home, unfortunately, but you guys have found your playing 11 and that click, and now you've really sort of cemented that position by winning at home. How great has the crowd been at Gaddafi, and does it does feel like they're the 12th man, doesn't it, for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. You know, 25, 30,000 screaming fans, it's got to be intimidating for the opposition. So, you know, they've been, like I said, they've been fantastic the entire season for us. And I'm pretty sure, you know, all the other games we're going to play here, it's also going to be sold out. And, you know, that's what you want from your home field. You want to create a bit of a fortress. You want guys to come here and know it's going to be difficult to win a game against you on your home field. And, you know, the conditions, you're used to it, you know how to play, you know how to win in your home conditions. And, you know, that already gives you that extra 5-10% against the opposition before you even step out on the park.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time and your insight. We so appreciate getting to chat to you. One of the stalwarts of Lahore Qalandars, David Visa. You were great again tonight, and we've loved your company.
Thank you.
That now brings us to our master blaster of the match. Let's take a look who it was tonight. It was the English international Sam Billings that took the chocolates tonight. 54 off 35 balls today. A strike rate of 154, 6 fours and 2 sixes. He certainly was the pick of the batters tonight. That middle order really firing for the Lahore Qalandars and getting them to that 180. David Visa, excess, but one of the greats of Pakistan cricket, Waqar Younis, does join us at the pitchside studio. Waqar, what did you make of that performance from Lahore Qalandars? Very comprehensive with the ball.
Look, every game is the same for them. I mean, they've been playing some superb cricket. I mean, you know, they haven't really put a foot wrong. Bat, ball, field, catching, everything has just been, they've been outstanding. And, you know, when the tournament started, I thought they might have a little, you know, issues with their batting lineup. Their bowling was always good. We always knew that they have got a bowling which can really bowl teams out. But their batting was a little issue. But now with Billing and Sikandar Raza, they're all scoring runs and they're gelling really well together. So they're becoming a very, very good unit, and they're a threat to the other side.
And led from the top, Butch, by Shaheen Shah Afridi, a bowler as a captain. I know sometimes we chat about, are they as effective as batters or wicket keepers? But he's been very impressive.
I don't know why do we do that? I do not understand that. But
right, it was only because it was you. I mean, Shaheen and Pat Cummins, obviously there are 1 or 2 bowlers now who are leaders. Just listening to David Visa, they're talking about him. He says, you know, he's got a real great instinct for the game, and that's basically what captaincy is. Man management. How do you get the best out of blokes like Waqar Younis? And having an instinct for making the right calls, for just, you know, the other thing is the team plays very, very unselfishly. You know, I think the way that they bat is testament to that. They kind of come out, everyone comes out and has a go. They're trying to keep strike rates high. They know that if they put par and above on the board, that their bowlers have got every chance of defending it. And so they play like a team. They're not individuals in any way, shape or form. They play like a team, and they always play in the image of their captain, who is very, very generous in his spirit and very, very talented.
Yeah, we're talking about Shaheen Shah Afridi. He was our start attack yesterday, but as we take a little look at the update from tonight, check this out. Well, last game he was the second most successful captain in HBL PSL history, but Captain Fantastic Shaheen Shah Afridi is now sitting top of that ladder. He's tipped Mohammad Rizwan a 70% win rate, 14-1 and only 6 loss. How is that for a brand new captain? Captain Fantastic indeed. Shaheen Shah Afridi has been a revelation for Lahore Qalandars. But there is plenty more to discuss here at the pitchside studio. So I'm off to pack my bags to head to Pindi. Sikandar Bakht will be back with you just after this short break.
Welcome back to the pitchside studio. Another clinical performance from Lahore Qalandars at home, taking their points to 12 in the tally and still right on top. And why is that? Because they've got match winners, and one of them is our player of the match, Rashid Khan.
What a great server of any cricket, white ball cricket in special, because he's a wicket taker and he doesn't give anything away. He bowls so straight You know, sometimes I feel that he doesn't really need a good pitch to bowl at because he bowls wicket to wicket, and you can clearly see that pitch map. It shows that those balls, most of them are hitting stump. There are a few short deliveries which probably batsmen coming you know, out of the crease, but otherwise he's just there and he's looking to spin the ball unless or until it's wet. Look, unless or until it's damp or there is, I mean, dew factor. You know, he does not really have issue on any sort of pitch. He's such a bowler that he's a wicket taker and he bowls nice and straight and he's always threatening the stumps. And when you have a bowler like him in the middle overs, you know, what are the chances? It's very, very difficult for the opposition to sort of, you know, not only score runs against him, even to survive there, it becomes very difficult.
And when you look at his performance and the wickets that he takes, it seems like that he creates those challenges within himself against the best in the opposition, and he goes right against them. Got Miller today, got Russo today.
Yeah, absolutely. You forgot to mention Osama Mir. What was he doing batting number 3, by the way? But anyway, that's another story.
We'll
but you're absolutely right. Yeah, the two left-handers. I think Multan Sultans maybe held back the two left-handers in order to try and have a go at Rashid Khan. But of course, when you're a wrist spinner and you can turn the ball both ways, it's not quite the same as saving left-handers for, say, a left-arm spinner. And you know, by the time Miller and Russo both got to the crease, Rashid Khan was bowling and the rate was up above 10. And Wacker's absolutely right. If you're having to score at 10 and over against Rashid Khan at one end, you're not entirely sure which way it's turning, and you've got to hit at least one boundary and over, then you've got massive problems. Because you can't just milk the guy and try and score double at the other end. You've got to score off him as well. And that makes him doubly difficult. Hardly ever bowls a bad ball. And you add into that he runs around in the field like a mad person and stops everything and is just a bundle of energy. He's a wonderful cricketer to have on your side.
There's one more wonderful cricketer, and he's played a lot of cricket around the world. And like you to tell us more about him, he hit his 806 today, and that has to be at the switched-on moment. Kieron Pollard, he is massive.
Yep, final over of the day, and it was Talat bowling that last over that got dispatched for the 800th six of Kieron Pollard's career. Quite extraordinary power and consistency. 4,800 runs in single shot shots. Not bad.
You know, when I was with Karachi Kings, he was playing for them, and I happened to hold his bat and I asked him how many grips are there. He put 7 grips on that bat.
One shy of Clive Lloyd. He used to have 8, apparently. You know, it's a sort of, I don't know, Clive was Guyanese, wasn't he? You got the big Trinidadian. These boys like to have, to feel like they've got something substantial in their hands, I think.
Okay. All right. Time for us to take a break, and we'll come back and we'll talk more about match 20, so don't go away. वेलकम बैक टू द पिच साइड स्टूडियो और हम बात करेंगे आज की इस हार की जो मुल्तान सुल्तान को हुई है और हमारे साथ मरीना भी आ चुके हैं। मरीना से पूछते हैं, मरीना ये बताइए कि आपको क्या लगता है, उसामा मीर को 3 नंबर भेजा वो तो चले हो गई बात, लेकिन उसके अलावा क्या गलतियां देखी हैं आपने मुल्तान की आज?
देखिए, मुल्तान स्टार्टिंग ऑफ विद ओपनिंग पेयर, स्पेशली जब लाहौर कलंदर के खिलाफ आप खेल रहे हो, आपको एक सर्टन रन रेट को मेंटेन करना पड़ता है, एंड आई थिंक वही मिस कर रहे हैं बार बार, क्योंकि अगेन स्टार्ट बहुत एवरेज हो रहा है। उसके बाद फिर उसामा मीर, आई डोंट माइंड सेंडिंग अ हिटर, बट एटलीस्ट वो हिटर थोड़ा ऐसा होना चाहिए। आई थिंक इवन अनवर अली बेहतर ऑप्शन थी, क्योंकि यू नीड टू हैव अ स्टेबल बेस, बैट स्पीड और पावर, ये 3 चीज़ें हिटर पे होती है जो कि स्टैंड आउट नहीं की। उसके बाद बाय द टाइम रायली रूसो आए या क्या पॉलार्ड आए, वो टाइम बहुत ऐसा था कि जब रन रेट क्लाइम अप हो गया था। तो टेकिंग लाहौर कलंदर एज एन ऑपोजिशन, मुल्तान को जो है वो एक अच्छे रन रेट को मेंटेन करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, जो कि वो ऊपर से पावर प्ले से लैग करना शुरू हो जाते हैं। बाय द टाइम मिडल ओवर्स आते हैं, वो ऑलरेडी जो है वो फॉल बिहाइंड कर रहे होते हैं।
और ऐसा लगा था कि स्लगिश सी अप्रोच थी चेज में, और जहां पे प्रेशर बिल्ड हुआ विकेट्स गिरना शुरू हुई। तो देखते हैं मुल्तान सुल्तान की वो 7 विकेट्स जो गिरी।
आसान होना नहीं था लाहौर के खिलाफ, बट जिस तरह ये स्ट्रगल करते आ रहे हैं, शान मसूद एक बार फिर अपने आप को इन्फोर्स कर रहे हैं कि बड़ी शॉट्स मारें। एक बार फिर कनेक्शन मिस हुआ, इन्होंने लेग साइड पे खेलना चाह रहे थे। अच्छा कैच शाहीन शाह अफरीदी का, उसके बाद सिकंदर, ये प्लम था और आई थिंक शॉट सिलेक्शन पे एक बार फिर क्वेश्चन होगा। क्रॉस द लाइन खेल गए, बिल्कुल भी नहीं रीड कर पाए, स्ट्रगल करते हैं स्पिनर्स के अगेंस्ट। ये एक बहुत बड़ी विकेट थी, आई थिंक एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था कि थोड़ा स्किड करके आएगा। रायली रूसो को चांस लेना ही था और अगेंस्ट राशिद खान जो आपकी रेशो होती है सक्सेस की वो बहुत कम हो जाती है। खुशदिल शाह अगेंस्ट स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं और आई थिंक उनके जोन में आ गया था बट थोड़ा सा स्लाइस हो गया। अटैक करना उनके लिए ज़रूरी था क्योंकि जिस तरह की एवरेज थी। केविन पोलार्ड ऑब्वियसली अच्छा खेल रहे थे बट ये एक और अच्छा का राशिद का कैच अच्छा था।
बहुत जिक्र होता है लाहौर कलंदर्स की बॉलिंग का। आपको दिखाते हैं इनकी बॉलिंग फिगर्स। वकार से पूछते हैं हम कि ये हमें सबको पता है कि सबसे बेस्ट प्रॉब्ली बॉलिंग अटैक है बाकी टीमों का मुकाबला करते हुए, तो क्या एंड में यही डिफरेंस होगा अगर लाहौर इसी तरह खेलता रहा कि बाकी सब बना ही लेते हैं 180-90, लेकिन जो ये बॉलिंग है ये बचा जाती है कि अगर कहीं फॉल्टर करती है इनकी बैटिंग।
देखिए इनका जो शाहीन फैक्टर है ना ऊपर से नए बॉल पे, वो बहुत बड़ा एज है इनको, क्योंकि उसको रन करने जाओगे तो वो आपको आउट कर देगा, स्पेशली राइट हैंडर बैट्समैन को। तो शाहीन को तो अटैक नहीं किया जा सकता अर्ली ऑन, क्योंकि आप विकेट खोगे तो आप और अंडर प्रेशर आ जाओगे। जमान आई थिंक ही इज़ कम अप एज अ रियल सुपरस्टार इस साल, और उसने भी बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग की है। नया बॉल, और ये लोग शफल करते हैं, कभी कभी रऊफ़ को नया बॉल करा देते हैं, कभी जमान को करा देते हैं, वीज़े और वीज़े राशिद ये जो और रज़ा, ये तीन जो है ना ये मिडल में ओवर करते हैं, और ये अपनी जो पेस की वेरिएशन है पिच के मुताबिक, जिस तरीके की पिच होती है उस तरह करते हैं। और राशिद जो है, यू नो, दैट इज़ अ बिग फैक्टर। राशिद एंड शाहीन, दे आर टू सच अ बिग फैक्टर इन लाहौर बॉलिंग लाइनअप कि रन तो देने ना देने अलग बात है, ये विकेट टेकर है। और T20 क्रिकेट में अगर आप विकेट्स लेते रहेंगे तो दूसरी टीम के पास बहुत कम चांस रहता है कि वो मोमेंटम गेन कर सकें, मोमेंटम बिल्ड कर सकें। और आगे भी यही बात हो रही थी कि ना सिर्फ इनकी बॉलिंग बल्कि इनकी बैटिंग भी इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग और इतनी कंफर्टेबल वो बैटिंग हो गई है, स्पेशली अब्दुल्ला शफीक के रन करने के बीच में जो नंबर पे 3 नंबर पे आते हैं, वो बहुत बड़ा एज इनको मिल गया।
यही पावर प्ले में शाहीन है, और उसके बाद फिर 7 से 15 में आपको प्रेशर में रखते हैं राशिद खान। फास्टेस्ट डिलीवरीज, आज बड़ा ज़बरदस्त मुकाबला था। हारिस रऊफ एक तरफ थे, एहसानुल्लाह दूसरी तरफ थे, तो ये अच्छा मैचअप हो रहा था कौन तेज तरीन होगा, और एहसानुल्लाह निकला है जीते हुए फास्टेस्ट बॉलर आज के। 149.3 की स्पीड थी, और ये बॉल इतने जल्दी पैड पे लगा, इनसाइड अजता बच गए। हालांकि अंपायर ने आउट दे दिया था, लेकिन ये बॉल बड़ा देर लेट रिएक्शन था उनका। आज एक कैच जरूर ड्रॉप हुआ पोलार्ड से, लेकिन एक उन्होंने ऐसा पकड़ा अपनी ही बॉलिंग पर, छोड़ना भी नहीं चाहिए अपनी बॉलिंग पर, वो बहुत तेज आया था। अब्दुल्ला शफीक ने शॉट मारा था, दैट्स अ सेफ हैंड्स।
वैसे तो मैं पहले सरप्राइज हुआ था जो इन्होंने कैच छोड़ा था, क्योंकि वो इनके स्टैंडर्ड के हिसाब से इतना मुश्किल नहीं था। ये हालांकि मुश्किल कैच था, तेज आ रहा था, और अपने फॉलो थ्रू में ये स्पेस नहीं है, फॉलो थ्रू थोड़ा स्लो है, बट इट केम रियली क्विक।
वो वाले होते हैं चिपक जाते हैं, है ना, वो या तो लगेंगे या फिर बिल्कुल ही आदमी करीब नहीं होता, बच जाता है।
सिकंदर इतने बड़े बड़े हाथ हो ना तो कुछ भी चीज चिपक
जाती है, ये तो है। चलिए अब हमारे पास टाइम है एक छोटे से ब्रेक का। ब्रेक से वापस आएंगे तो कुछ मसालेदार मोमेंट, और आज चौथी बार फुल हाउस हुआ है लाहौर में, तो हम रिंग साइड का भी एक चक्कर लगाएंगे। सो डोंट गो टू फार अवे फ्रॉम दोज टेलीविजन सेट्स। वेलकम बैक टू द पिच साइड स्टूडियो। और हम बात करें अगर लाहौर की, तो हमने काफ़ी जिक्र किया, 4 बार लगातार फुल हाउस हुआ। हाँ, बड़ा मैच था, दोनों बड़ी टीम्स थी, लेकिन चारों मैचेस में हम आगे देखें तो लाहौर ने बिल्कुल डिसअपॉइंट नहीं किया, और आज भी एब्सोल्युटली फुल हाउस था। तो रिंग साइड व्यू चेकआउट करते हैं और देखते हैं कि लोगों का क्या कहना था।
PSL के तो जब लाहौर जीता हम तो सारे मोमेंट्स एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, बाकी लाहौर को सपोर्ट करने आए हैं हम यहाँ पे। और अभी तो राशिद खान की बॉलिंग ने तो कमाल कर दिया, हारिस रऊफ भी अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहा था और जीत गए हैं, और यही मोमेंट एंजॉय कर रहे हैं हम।
राशिद खान वाज अ टर्निंग पॉइंट कि राशिद खान की वजह से तो ये मैच लाहौर के हक में आ गया।
शाहीन की विकेट एंजॉय करने वाली थी, क्योंकि हम फ़ैन हैं शाहीन के, लाहौरी फ़ैन, तो उसके फ़ैन है, तो उसी का विकेट एंजॉय किया है।
करंट फ्लावर का छक्का आया, हमारे पास आने ही लगा था पर कूलर में लग के चली गई। अगर हम लोग पकड़ लेते तो मजा आ जाता हमें। हमने ये सबसे ज्यादा मूवमेंट एंजॉय किया।
लाहौर पहली टीम होगी इस टूर्नामेंट की जो कि बैक टू बैक 2 PSL जीतेगी और सबको बता देगी कि जितना लाहौरियों ने शुरू में सबर किया था ना, अब वेट नहीं हो सकता। अब ये PSL जो है ना 7 भी हमारा था, 8 भी हमारा है और इंशाल्लाह 9 भी हमारा ही होगा।
टीमें तो सारी अच्छी हैं, लेकिन इसको देख के दिल नहीं चाहता कि इनका दिल टूटे कहीं भी क्योंकि अभी तक हार चखी नहीं है। सिर्फ पहले मैच क्या थी, एक मैच हुआ है सिर्फ ऐसा कराची।
इतने सीजन से हार चखी है कि अब जो है ना वो सोचना
सिर्फ अच्छे कप्तान साबित हो रहे हैं, अच्छे बॉलर तो वहाँ हैं ही। आज उन्होंने एक नया रोल अपनाया, फिजियो बन रहे थे और डैमेज नहीं किया, शुक्र है। आइए देखते हैं मसालेदार मोमेंट, अब वकार से पूछेंगे।
या बड़ी जोर से लगा था गेंद, क्योंकि आई थिंक बचत उनकी ये होगी कि गेंद उनकी बोन पे नहीं लगा, थोड़ा मीटी पार्ट पे लगा। तो यहाँ शाहीन थोड़ा हेल्प आउट करते हुए, कई दफ़ा इस तरह की हेल्प जो होती है वो थोड़ी डेंजरस भी होती है, बट वेरी लकी कि ज़्यादा डैमेज नहीं हुआ।
चलिए भाई, बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आया, सब कुछ हमने देखा। और आपको बताएं कि अब लाहौर को एक हफ्ते का ब्रेक मिल रहा है क्योंकि द एक्शन नाउ शिफ्ट्स टू रावलपिंडी और वहाँ बहुत सारी चीज़ें देखने को हमें मिलेंगी। लेकिन हम अगर यहाँ पे देखें, अभी तक जो एक बिल्डअप हो रहा है उसका अंदाज़ा लगाते हैं। हम एक लीडर बोर्ड देखते हैं और इस पर देखते हैं कि टेबल पे क्या पोजीशंस हैं एंड वेयर ऑफ कोर्स वी नो लाहौर इज़ राइट ऑन टॉप, मुल्तान इज़ ऑन 2, बट व्हाट इज़ the opportunity for Quetta? Can they squeeze their way through? 4 मैच है उनके मरीना, कुछ तो होना चाहिए ज़रा।
बिल्कुल होना चाहिए। आई थिंक कि कोयटा में अगर पोटेंशियल की बात की जाए तो है, इट्स ऑल अबाउट दे आर नॉट क्लिकिंग इनफ, और थोड़ा सा कम्बिनेशंस भी इनको वर्कआउट करने पड़ेंगे कंडीशंस के हिसाब से। और आई थिंक ऑब्वियसली दे वुड बी लुकिंग फॉर सम विन, क्योंकि फिर थोड़ा सा और इंटरेस्टिंग इक्वेशन हो जाती है एंड यू डोंट वांट कि कोई एक टीम जो है वो बिल्कुल लेफ्ट बिहाइंड कर जाए। अभी भी कराची और कोयटा के पास चांसेस हैं। आई थिंक इट्स जस्ट ऑल अबाउट बिलीविंग इन देमसेल्व्स एंड क्लिकिंग एट द राइट मोमेंट।
कराची के थोड़े चांसेस कम हो लग रहे हैं मुझे। 8 में से 2 जीते,
2 मैच रह गए सिर्फ उनके।
हाँ, तो 8 में से 2 है ना, तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 8 पॉइंट कर लेंगे तो 8 पॉइंट मींस दैट विल बी लाइक ऑन द एज।
Okay, what do we have tomorrow? एक और एक्शन पैक्ड डे होने वाला है और इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड एट होम, और क्वेटा के लिए ये एक बड़ा मौका है, घर पे हराएं उनको और अपना कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल वापस करें। दिस इज टुनाइट, सो यू सी दिस, घड़ी देखेंगे आपको पता चलेगा कि आज रात को खेला जाएगा मैच 21, a must win for Quetta Gladiators। तो फिर अब ये है ऐसा कि हमारे पास मैं और मरीना अपनी बस लेंगे, जाएंगे पिंडी, और वकार अपने प्राइवेट जेट में हम आपको मिलेंगे।
बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल
हम थोड़ा लेट पहुंचेंगे इसलिए आप हमें कल नहीं देखेंगे, लेकिन जल्दी पहुंचने वाले आपको कल दिख जाएंगे। बट इट्स बीन गुड इन लाहौर एंड एब्सोल्यूट एंटरटेनमेंट एवरी सिंगल गेम विद ऑल द क्राउड्स। थैंक यू सो मच बोथ ऑफ यू एंड यू ट्रैवल सेफ, और आप लोग भी एक्शन एंजॉय करते रहिए। एवरी सिंगल डे यू गॉट एन HBL PSL गेम राइट हियर टुमारो, वेल एक्चुअली टुडे in Pindi, so don't miss that action. Thanks for joining us. Take good care and good night to all of you.
It's gone up. Third man takes the catch. Shot. Oh, high class. Pace, glove, taken. Oh, he's not going to really wait. What a wonderful strike.
And there is a Swifty, a terrific innings from the right-hander.
Oh, that's out. That is right in front.
He's played that nicely. Oh my God, the sound on that.
It is Shaheen Shah Afridi. You cannot keep him out of the game. Oh, he's cleaned him up. Rashid Khan, you absolute magician.
Oh, yes, it had to happen.